You know what people told us when they said we were going to move into a 55 plus community? They said, you're too young for that. You'll feel like you're in a nursing home. You'll hate the rules. And honestly, some of that may have been true, but most of it, and this is the key part of this that nobody talks about, is that most of it was completely wrong. We've lived here for 7 months now, and today I'm going to tell you the story, the good, the bad, and the numbers. Because the numbers, right? The numbers are what actually matter in this. So let me take you back to where we came from, which we were in our big house. We had worked for years to get, dream home as it were, 4 bedrooms, a yard, a mortgage that felt fine until it didn't. Our monthly payment, all in, mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, was about $3,100 a month. That was just to keep the lights on and the bank happy. And one day we looked at each other, Beth and I, and we said, what are we doing? The house is beautiful, but we're spending all this money on rooms we never even use and a yard that I hated mowing. And I will say that again, I hated mowing. But we weren't really living in the house. The house was living off of us. Now, we had the same fears as everyone else. That is, first is privacy. Are we going to be on top of our neighbors? Are we going to hear them all the time? Are they going to come over and visit with us every day? And then second were the rules. And 55 plus communities are known for having rules. Well, any HOA has rules, but 55 plus communities tend to have a lot of rules. What if we can't have visitors? What if the HOA is a nightmare? And then third, this is a big one for me, what if we feel old? Like you walk in and suddenly you're surrounded by people 20 years older than you are, and you think, what have we done? And then there's the money question. What if we sell the house, move into the condo, and then regret it? You can't undo that, right? So we're going to go through these one at a time because what actually happened surprised me. Privacy, we were worried about sharing walls. This building was built in the 1980s and is built better than the house that we had. And we hear less from our neighbors than we did in a detached home in a regular neighborhood. I mean, the guy next door had a leaf blower addiction. We'd hear him at all times of night. We'd hear cars racing up and down the road. It wasn't something that we wanted to have to deal with in that neighborhood, and we're glad we moved over here. And as for the community, this is part of what shocked Beth and I. I thought 55 plus meant everyone sitting around, but our neighbors, they're active. They travel, they have dinner parties. It's not a nursing home. It's a neighborhood where nobody's kids are throwing parties at 2 a.m. or cars aren't racing up and down the street. Now, the rules. So rules exist. But here's the thing, most of them are just don't be a bad neighbor. No loud music after 10, keep your yard tidy. We do have patio homes in addition to condos here in the neighborhood. And it's the kind of stuff that you would probably want the people who live around you to do as well. And the surprise benefit of all this is we know our neighbors. In our old house, we lived there for years, and I couldn't tell you the names of the people that live 3 doors down. Here, we have dinner with them. We know them very well. We're going to talk about the real numbers on this, and you want to wait to the end to see that because that's going to be the important part of all this. Now, let's be honest here. Things are not all great because there are things. First, and this is real, if you don't like seeing people having health issues or dealing with those health issues, you will see it here. People move into these condos in their 60s and they stay until their 80s or 90s. And life happens. That can be pretty hard on people, especially when you're dealing with people that you know. Second, the HOA does have power and they do have rules. Once we got a letter because our storage room was too cluttered. There needed to be space around the water heater and the sprinkler heads in the storage room. That's real. And if you hate being told what to do on your own property, that's something to think about. Third, visitors. You can have them, but guests under 55 can only stay a certain number of consecutive nights. Our kids can visit, but they can't move in for a summer vacation. That's a trade-off. So if you want to know, was it worth it? Stick around to the end in. Our old house monthly cost was about $3,100. Our condo monthly cost, HOA, taxes, fees, everything, are about $1,800 all in. That's $1,300 a month. We're not spending anymore. Over 2 years, that's $32,000 that we won't pay to repairmen and the bank. Here's what really changed. When we were in the big house, we were always fixing something. New roof, water heater on its last legs, landscaping. Every month there was something. And in the condo, the HOA handles the exterior, the roof, the grounds. Our repair cost dropped to almost zero. And then there's the debt. We paid off everything except the mortgage. And that means the credit cards, car, all zero. And we did that because the math changed. When your housing costs drop $1,300 a month, you can actually get ahead and get these things paid off. And that's the part that nobody told us. Downsizing isn't just about having less space, it's about having more freedom, and no debt means freedom. The honest verdict: after 7 months, would we do it again? Without hesitation. Fears were real, but the reality turned out to be better than we expected. So if you're thinking about it, if you're in a house that costs more than your freedom, you want to start the conversation. Talk to your spouse, talk to your significant other. Start that conversation. Visit communities. Ask the hard questions. Tour guides are going to give you a sales pitch. Keep asking questions of them and ask residents what they actually think of the community. We're going to keep sharing our real numbers and our real experiences here at the 55 Plus Condo. And if this helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because that really helps us grow. And it will help you to see our newest content when it comes out. I'm Dean, and we are Less is the New Retired. We'll see you in the next video.